we've got another position battle. That's that left guard. So that's going to be quite a cluster. Well, for right now. So, oh yeah. So Tyler Booker was there last year. He's in the NFL draft. Get out of there, ads. And we got Gino Vandermark, Cam Dewberry, Olos Alanen are the names for now.
Yeah. And Dewberry's transferring from Texas A&M, right?
Yep.
All right. Vandermark, he played for us last year, so we have some tape and we have some whatever of I would say depth chart. I would figure right now probably he's number one, and then the two. I know Dewberry. Is that the right name, Dewberry?
Dewberry.
I know he came in from Texas A&M, so yeah. So there'll be there's competition there. So and that's the deal with spring. It's competition everywhere. You just don't walk in and have you can't be. I know a lot of these people think he's a 2-year starter and he's got the job or whatever. Now, as a player, going in, you got to live every day, step up every day. So we'll see. But it's good to have that competition, and we'll see. But I would say right now, Vandermark's probably a little step up. We got 28 seconds. Maryland's got the ball. Alabama's going to foul. 108, 106.
Oh, there we go. Like we're doing all right.
Yeah. Hey, Jack. I remember I was at of course I grew up in Hartselle in Alabama, North Alabama, and I remember going. They had started girls basketball. I want to say they had started. It may have already been there, but I went to season opening girls basketball game when I was in junior high. This was in the mid 70s. You know what the final score was?
Wow.
6-4. And I'm looking over here. All right, it's 100. It's 108 to 106. It was 6-4.
They're trying to catch up.
They are. They're there. They closed the gap. All right, 109, 106, 27.
There we go.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this on clips on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, this is from Monday, March 24th, 2025. So it's like, don't worry, your dates are correct. So it's Johnny Coach Burt's is reacting to Alabama Maryland, which was well, we're live on March 24th, but this is so it's like when you get the clip version of this, you're seeing them react to it. So it's like that. It's a good one, trust me.
Yeah.
But
109, 108, 15 seconds. That's a good one. I can't stop looking, Jack. I got to keep up.
Can't blame you.
Got my fingers crossed.
There you go.
110.
Now that left guard position, as Justin Smith brings up a good point, that's going to be a top position to really monitor on A-Day on April 12th.
Yeah.
So it's like we really have to nip that in the bud.
Yeah. They still do the beans and the steak and beans, the winter. Remember way back when Coach Bryant used to do the old, and I know a lot of coaches kept the tradition, but the winners of the A-Day game would get steak and the loser would get beans.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
really
after the game, the winners get a steak and the losers get some beans.
There we go. Well, but yeah, we definitely have to make sure we got a good left guard, because I mean it's like, yeah, you gotta have your quarterback, but you always need to make sure you got your offensive line protecting you.
Yeah, and that was a critical problem for us last year. So obviously we've got to see a lot of improvement on that offensive line. A lot. I mean, I felt, as anybody that's watched our show, I don't put a lot. I mean, Jalen Milroe had problems and stuff. I thought times he bailed a lot or too early in the pocket. Thought he should have got the ball, deliver the ball quicker, release it quicker. But that offensive line was absolutely, it was a disaster. And so that's the biggest improvement on Alabama's got to be the offensive line. And they need to really be, get down and dirty with those guys.
Yeah, because I mean, we better have that figured out.
Exactly.
Right now.
We got to have the right people out there. I thought our offensive line was too slow. Other than center, I thought Brailsford, played very well. I thought he would have been the MVP for me on the offensive line. But the rest of it, I mean, it was not very good, not championship caliber, not even close. It really had an impact on Milroe and his performance.
Oof, agreed. I mean,
it was awful.
Yeah, because we gotta get that taken care of. Because we don't want our quarterbacks getting hurt. We don't want to have a situation where it's our starting QB's hurt, then our backup QB gets hurt, then we gotta rely on third, fourth string. We want to be prepared. Don't get me wrong, but we don't want anybody getting hurt because our offensive line is such a cluster.
Yeah. And I mean, if you watch, and that had a big impact on Milroe and his, he had the jumpy feet. And I mean, gosh, so many times, bam, just helmet right up under your chin and that kind of stuff, and blindside. And the left tackle for us was a nightmare. And so I'll be interested to see who's going to be the man over there. But it was a nightmare. And it's got that. I mean, there's got to be a ton of improvement on that offensive line. And so that's where I'm most interested in.
I mean, it was like it was a nightmare because it was like we were just getting messed up all over the place in like games such as against Oklahoma, Michigan, the ReliaQuest Bowl, Tennessee, Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean, it was unpredictable. You couldn't trust what you were seeing. It was hit or miss. I mean, it was just there was no continuity, no identity, anything like that. Oh, they got it. All right. Maryland won.
Yeah, there's next year for women's basketball. We got the men's basketball.
Yeah, well, Alabama's going to hate that when they let it get away.
Well,
but anyway,
we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
Good run. We haven't had this kind of season in a long time, so hopefully it'll help recruiting and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, tough.
And I'm looking at, for example, we allow 4 sacks against South Carolina, for example. But we almost lost that game. Like we almost gave that game away. But
yeah,
we didn't.
And they were ugly sacks. There's a sack and there's a sack where you're chasing the quarterback and you clip the legs and that kind of, but I mean, some of these were ugly. I mean, bam. And I'm like, dog, is he going to get up? I mean, there's so many blindside, the backside. And I'm like, I don't know, he crack his neck. I mean, there's vertebrae still there. So, I mean, it was a lot of them were just gruesome, and that just jacks other teams up. They see, South Carolina, and then the next thing you know, we're playing LSU's looking at, we'll attack right here, that kind of stuff. So it was ugly, nothing pretty about it. And by gosh, there better be some improvement there. I don't know who's coaching that offensive line. I think it's the same guy. I forgot. I know he's a coach, been around a lot, been all over, and but they got to have some improvement at offensive line, big time.
We have to. Got to get it improved.
And but run the ball. And I didn't like, coming out, all of a sudden we're throwing it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, run the ball. I mean, we got Bam, Miller back there, and we got some good running backs, and we did not.
We got tackled for a loss 9 times against Oklahoma, and apparently they gave us 1 sack. So it's like they sacked us once. It was like, like, oh my God. It's like,
Yeah, well, I just don't like starting the game and all of a sudden you're just blah, 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 throwing it out there, throwing it here, throwing it there, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna start the game. I'm gonna run the ball. I mean, it's safer running the ball than throwing it. So if you can walk out, first thing I'm gonna do is see if I can establish a running game and then develop, the offense after that. But here we are. We come out. We're gonna do a little bubble screen. We're gonna throw the little RPO. We're gonna do this, do that, all this complicated stuff. Just boom. Can you whoop them up front? Give Miller the ball and let's go from there. But no, we gotta do all this other crap, and it didn't pan out too well.
Man,
never had an identity. Remember, we talked about this, Jack. Offense never developed an identity. Are we a running team? Are we a throwing team? What are we? Never established that. But this guy, I'm going out there, and if I can run the ball, it's a lot safer to run the ball than it is to throw it. If I can run the ball, I'm going there first.
Yeah.
And I know we got all this recruitment. We got to have, all these, 5-star receivers, and they've got to have a certain number of touches and all that kind of stuff. But, bottom line is I'm running the ball first.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to let a player know if we can run the ball, we're going to run the ball. That's where we attack first. And if we can't run the ball, then we're going to be throwing it every down. But just starting off, all the RPO crap, I'm not going to do it.
No. It's like,
but of course, that's why I'm sitting in my cellar and I'm not standing on the sideline in Tuscaloosa. And, so I got my 2 cents worth, and you can take that and, whatever.
There we go.
But that's just my old school philosophy.
There you go.